Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome back to some more Lobotomy Corporation. So, we finally figured out how to deal with Schadenfreude last time. We have a new abnormality. We also have a mission to promote an employee to level 4 or higher, so it's probably going to be easiest to get one of our low levelers to do that. So Lola, Rylan, or Arabella will concentrate on that after we deal with this abnormality. Hopefully it's not going to be too awfully bad. We also have some new equipment. So I think we're going to switch several people to the Gaze armor, since it is HE level. Probably switch Rylan. Switch Martin down there too. And I think we'll put Umbra in there as well. There we go, a little bit of an upgrade for people. Also, we have the weapon, and it does red damage, so we should probably upgrade someone from a non-HE weapon that's already on red, so maybe Umbra, though I like the fact that this is long-ranged. Maybe we'll switch Lola over to it, since it is at least slightly better range. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Looks good with your outfit there. And let's get in here. Alright, looks like our new abnormality is a plant with a face in it. Alrighty then. So, as always, we're going to concentrate on this thing first in case something goes terribly, terribly wrong. We're going to try Insight, and we will let Wicked do that since he's highest in Insight, and hopefully not lead to his death. Alright, Employee Wicked feels a gentle breeze, which can't possibly come inside the containment unit. So there's a wind in here. Uh-oh. I think this might be our first Aleph. These boxes look a lot smaller than any that we've seen before, unless I'm just misremembering. It has been a few days since I've played this. Well, it's doing white damage. Wicked seems to be doing an okay job. The sound of rustling leaves is incredibly tranquil. Come on, Wicked, get it done. Most of the employees are unhappy. Most of the employees here are unhappy. They feel great happiness to the smallest blessing. Uh-huh. If this is not an Aleph, it's definitely a Vav. Incandescent Blessing comes for Employee Wicked. When the Flower of Blessing finally blooms from D-04-108, which is this thing, then... So a flower is bad? Is this going to be another one where we don't want to get good results? Oh god, what is going on? Wicked looks euphoric. Okay, so it's definitely at least Vav level, because we have the decreasing percentage here. The tips cost 5, the basic information costs 20. We're 2 away from that. Oh, there are a lot of tips. 7 levels of tips. Okay, this thing feels kinda scary. I don't actually know what it did to Wicked there, but I think unlocking the tips is going to be crucial here, so let's do that. A bud sprouted from the upper part of this thing, blessing the employee when the work is finished on it. The employee with the blessing enjoyed increased work efficiency and mental health, so that's good. But I'm guessing there's a bad part to it too, because there's almost nothing in this game that's just straight up good. The cliff-off counter decreased when repression work is done. Okay, so don't repress this thing. Good deal. Cliff-off counter decreased in low chance when the abnormality escapes. That seems weird. I'm guessing this means when another abnormality escapes, because when this thing escapes, its cliff-off counter's at 0, right? Alright, still got 4 more. Well, insight work seemed to do okay. We do have the minus percentage, but it said while Wicked had the blessing, his success rate would go up. So it doesn't look like that's an item, so it just must be a status effect, I guess. Okay, let's try her again. Maybe we'll get some new little pop-ups here. Okay, a gentle breeze. We've seen that before. Wicked still seems to be doing okay here. Flowery scent lingers in Wicked's nose. Maybe he's doing even better. Most of the employees are unhappy. We've read that. Incandescent blessings, indeed. That white's doing quite a bit of damage. When the flower of blessing finally blooms, then we don't know what then leads to, but that's another good result. We've got minus 8% now. That's maybe not something we want to mess with, especially since we don't have enough to fully unlock a level, which would only give us speed rate anyway, but okay. The cliff-off counter decreased when work is done 5 times on other abnormalities while it's being neglected. Oh dear. So this is a high-level one that we're going to have to work regularly no matter what. At least it's not as finicky as the old lady is. When the cliff-off counter reached 0, it forced employees to its containment unit and blessed them. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? When 5 buds sprouted, it turned dark and the employees who were blessed panicked. After a while, stems ripped through their skins and turned them into a sapling, which strikingly resembles the abnormality itself. Okay. So buds are bad. Good to know. Gosh, I want this so bad we're 1 off. Okay, so we have to work this at least once every 5 abnormalities. Ah, the leaf there. I guess that's the symbol for the blessing. Hopefully that is something that only lasts for a single day. Just in case it's not, though, I'm not going to let anybody else but Wicked work on this. It's still not showing up as a, what do you call it, item there. Unfortunately, we're at minus 8%, which is scary because we need a few more things to reset it. So yeah, this is going to make us need to be very careful here. So, let's go ahead and have some employees work around over here. We're trying to get level ups for our mission. Level 3 or higher employee, that's exactly what we want to do. So, let's let Lola do some attachment work down here, even though the Fairy Festival's fairly low level. We're also going to have Arabella do attachment work with 1 sin. Since they're lower, seems more likely that we can get those to level up. And then, I don't think it's safe to do work. Well, I guess we could do attachment work with the little bird over here too. I think Rylan can probably tank this. We'll keep an eye on him just to make sure. So we can do 1 more before we need to work with the new abnormality, the tree thing down there again. Let's see how this goes. Alright, Rylan seems to be doing just fine with attachment, even though it's not, you know, ideal for working with Little Bird. And that's good because it's nice to be able to grind other things besides the specific thing that it wants. Oh yeah, he's gonna be fine. Good deal. Let's have you work attachment down here one more time, and then we'll work with this thing. Oh. Why are you dark? Are you just dark when we're not working with you? Alright, Wicked. Please do a good job. We don't want this cliff-off counter to decrease. I don't see any buds yet. I don't think, anyway. Doesn't even tickle me. God, those boxes are so small. I really think this is probably an Aleph. Seeing as how small these boxes are, though maybe it's just Evolve. Unhappy, indeed. Well, he seems to still be doing okay-ish, and the lights are back on in here. So maybe it just gets darker and darker as we work with abnormalities that aren't it. And then at the 5th one, there's a chance for the cliff-off counter to decrease like the thing said. Well, this is worse. So it's a normal result. Hopefully that's not something with a bad outcome. One more and we trigger a meltdown, which will reset this, which is going to be good for us. So, last tip, please. It secretes highly contagious and fatal poison. They need to be immediately removed to decontaminate the area. So, is Wicked infected with poison, and does that mean he can infect other people? This thing's scary. Let's unlock some of these, shall we? We know Insight work is at least moderately okay. Instinct. Common. Okay. Well, let's kick this thing off. We'll let Arabella do attachment work over here to do that, and I think this guy is going to get dark at that point. I just want to see what happens. Okay, it didn't really get much darker. So who's melting down? Letitia, we can handle that, no problem. Well, with anyone but Owie. Owie will die if we do that. So let's do Umbra. And then one Sin's actually melting down too, so we'll need to send her right back in, and now we can afford to send Wicked back down here again. And I think we're just going to do Insight, since we're just not sure about anything else for now. Alright, almost done here. I think we can afford to speed this up. Hopefully that's not going to lead to a disaster. Countdown. Alright, get back in there, please. Go ahead and... Actually, maybe the thing won't happen if somebody's working in there at the time. Still, though, do some attachment here, Rylan. And Lola. Try to get some employees leveled up. Let's go ahead and send you back down here, not with attachment, with Insight. And maybe that will not count as it being neglected. I don't know how to even tell if that's a thing, to be honest. Alright, we got half of the energy. That's not really the important thing, though, and we're on to the Amber Dawn, which is, according to my notes, complete food, so the little slugs. Alright, down to minus 8% here. We've got quite a lot of boxes. We can get all of these, so let's do that. Okay, so these are the same. Yeah, repression's low. I figured that since it said repression's bad. So, anything but repression looks fine. Good to know. So, we are saving up for basic and escape information. So, we're saving up for basic and escape information now. So, let's pause and get some people queued up here. So, we're going to keep grinding attachment as we have been. And we will let Wicked also come down here. We've got the second level, so we have a little bit of success increase. And Wicked, let's see, common, common, common. Oh, actually high on attachment. So it's one of those that even though his level is the same as on Prudence, it's actually a little bit better. So let's let Wicked do attachment down there. Alright, guys. One more and we're going to have to deal with the Dawn. The Dawns aren't that big a deal anymore, it doesn't feel like. Oh, never mind, I miscalculated. Someone wasn't into their place yet. It was probably Lola down here. Still, I think we're going to be fine. These do red damage. So let's let Martin and me deal with that one. Arabella and Rylan are both working. Let's see, there's one over here, so let's deal with this one first then. And Umbra and Owie can deal with that. Everyone else is either working or is weak to red damage, so we're not going to take chances with that. Just let people deal with this as it is. We're going to slow down too, because I don't want something to go horribly wrong just because I can't pay enough attention due to the speed. Okay, you guys are done. I think you should be resistant enough to deal with this, hopefully. We're going to keep a good eye on you since you're some of our lower levels. Let's see. Everybody doing okay? Yeah, Martin's a little bit damaged, but I think he's going to be fine. Yeah, going to be okay there. Yeah, old lady's kicked off. They've dealt with this up here. Let's have you come here as well. Umbra and Owie. Your health looks perfectly fine. In fact, you're going to get there before our Lobies do, so that's going to be good. Okay, guys. I'm going to tell you to suppress here. Keep an eye on Martin, though. He's kind of hurt. Actually, hold back for just a second, please. Okay, they teleported. Never mind. Go up here. See, how's this going? Oh, we're wrecking face in there. Yeah, that is no problem whatsoever. Get down here. Oh, something teleported back down. Let's have you two come down here. In fact, all of you come down here too. Just everybody tag team on that one slug there. And that should be fine, even if some of you are weak to red. Because these are low level. Okay, dealt with. Awesome. Everybody go home. Which I think you're heading there anyway, but we'll just make certain. And the way that timed out, unfortunately, we ended up with a minus percentage here, but we also have enough to get basic information. Okay, so it's not an Aleph. That's kind of scary, because this thing seems real dangerous, so I'm not looking forward to the Alephs. But then in other ways I am looking forward to it, because it means that much more excitement. So, Parasite Tree. So is it giving Wicked a parasite? I hope that's not the case. I also hope it goes away at the end of the day. One more, and then we've got everything, and then we'll read the abnormality story. Okay, well, we also get a slight success rate up with the next unlock, so that's good at least. Let's go ahead and pause and do our queue up again. We've got the Red Noon, or the Crimson Noon coming, which is Jesters, which is a little scary, but I think we'll be able to deal with it, especially now that we've gotten more employees. So let's do attachment work again over here. And Wicked, you need to come down here for attachment work as well. And Martin's up to high success rate now, but we don't want other people to be infected, so Let's just let it be wicked. This plant symbol over his head reminds me of the heart from Letitia, to be honest. I think we can speed this up again. Yeah, everyone's unhappy, we know. You've told us often enough. And the incandescent blessings. I still don't see any... Oh, I do see a bud. It's got a bud. I'm guessing that's a bud because I don't remember seeing it before. So 5 buds is bad. Hopefully that also resets overnight. Because if not, this thing is terrifying. Alright. Okay, it doesn't escape. It just makes people turn into plants, which is, honestly probably worse. But we've got more Valve equipment here, so Hypocrisy. That's an interesting name. That's pretty good armor there. Super white resist, and doggone. That is a huge amount of red damage from a very long range. I want that. I want all of these. They are super expensive, but we should be able to grind it. Also, the headpiece is not bad, but let's see what this thing's story is all about. This abnormality is made based on the idea of the tumblebug backer such and such. A tree with plentiful leaves. These leaves with rich green color give off comfortable vibes. The flowery scent carried by a gentle breeze was refreshing. The employees who are contacted with the abnormality testified that it provided them psychological comfort. This is proved by the employees' increased efficiency in working and decrease in mental contamination. An excerpt from an employee's diary. I thought it was just my imagination, but the voice sounded clearer and clearer as my body and mind exhausted. I can help you. Yes, you can help me. What am I wondering for? I smell the scent of the flower. They imported a tree. It was a beauty at first glance. I could smell the scent of the flower, even though there was no breeze or wind. My attachment for the tree blindly grew after I smelled that scent. I was very intuitive since my childhood. I could sense that this attachment is hazardous. I tried to avoid getting assigned to the tree by doing everything I could. Well, if you put it that way, just this once, okay? Geez, did that tree do something to you? His banter flies over into my ear. Did it do something? Yes, it did. And it scares me. A few days later, the junior, who was originally optimistic, has now become faithful to the work with a smile. I felt uneasy because the face seemed strangely comfortable. The face of the tree or the face of the employee? I'm looking good lately? Yeah, well, that's because the tree is helping me out, he answered lightheartedly. From my experience of several years, I knew that there are only a few who can smile so sincerely while working for this company. That means when someone smiles, it was a sign of something going wrong. I felt unnerved and immediately reported to the superior. The answer from the superior came sooner than I thought. It was saying that I am to file an observation report of the abnormality because there are several abnormal behaviors related to this tree spotted in other employees, not only the one I reported about. The order forced me to contact this tree that I had been avoiding with my best efforts. I knew I couldn't hand it over to someone else this time. I couldn't see a barren, naked tree that I saw the day it was imported. Instead, I saw the containment unit covered in grass that seemed to be sprawling around the tree as the center. But grass can't grow in the containment unit. This facility is completely inorganic. That moment I felt that something was very wrong. Hello? Have you come to be blessed too? A voice echoed in my head. It was difficult to decrypt the content as the writing becomes heavily distorted from this point. I don't know how I wrote the observation report. What's certain is that I just wrote what I felt about the tree, and that this beautiful plant is making employees happy and will contribute to the humanity's quest for prosperity and advancement. But how can an abnormality be a good influence on humanity? I just want to help you. A voice without a speck of malicious intent echoed again in my head. Yes, it is just helping me. And if you're okay with it, could you bring your friends who are having a hard time? I want to help them too. Yes, this tree will easily bring peace to their mind. Speaking of which, That newbie seems to be pretty depressed lately. I know a place that can make you feel better, if you want to come along. She followed me without any suspicion. It was not hard to bring her to the tree's containment unit. I offered her to the tree. She can. She will get better. You brought your friend. You are a good child. Let me gift you with something. I felt something sprouting in me. I can't move my limbs. No, it's not something bad. I am being reborn with the tree. The tree and I are becoming whole. Ah, I can fully feel it now. Alright, this is really scary, especially if this and that leaf thing over Wicked's head don't go away between days, so fingers crossed that they actually do. But for now, I think we have 4 more things. So, we're going to queue up 2 attachment works, I think. So, attachment here. And let's alternate, since this thing's a little higher level, we'll let Rylan do attachment work over here with 1 sin. And then Wicked can come back down here for attachment work with this thing, and Martin's ability went down a little bit again. That's kind of strange how that's sort of bouncing around. Let's please not get any more buds, at least for today. Alright, yeah, work's complete, but we have things to do, so we're going to have to trigger noon. Luckily, though, we're not to the point of getting the dusk, so it'll just be regular meltdowns after that. Still, we need to slow down and prepare to deal with this. Still not for certain what the little jesters do, but I think they try to let abnormalities out. I'm pretty sure they decrease the cliff-off counters, so let's kick this off here. And everybody can fight these things because I've yet to see them do damage. We'll let Rylan come back over here for attachment work, and that will get things started. Then we'll have everyone else in the facility go ham on those little jesters, wherever they spawn. Alright, wait till this goes away so we can see them. Oh wait, this is the noon. Never mind, this is the big thing. Alright, yeah, it does red damage, so Arabella, Lola, me, Wicked, Martin, Umbra, Terry, Owie. Make sure I didn't put... Oh, no, Terry's weak to red. Thought there was a second one. Alright. Everybody get down there. So after we kill this, then we have to deal with the jesters. Alright. Got the dawn mixed up with the noon. Should have read my notes a bit more closely. Let's make sure people are not dying. Martin's taking quite a bit of damage here, but I think we're going to get it dead before he's in danger. Let's just check to make sure I'm not missing someone who's being overlapped. So Wicked's taking damage too. Yeah, we should be fine here. Just zerg this sucker down. Alright. It exploded. Where are the little guys? Alright, here we go. Everyone can go after these, even those who are weak to red. Let's see. You, Terry, get in there. Owie, get in there. There's one over here. Everybody get over there. Get these things dead before they let things out. So it's decreasing PE boxes too, it looks like. And here. Alright, that one's going to be dead real soon. Come on, get it. That one's gone. Come down here, just in case. Oh, I think it teleported. Where'd you go? Up here. Get in there, guys. So it did decrease Poday's cliff-off counter, so that is definitely what they're doing. Okay, alright. We have dealt with that. So the scary part is past us, and now it's just about grinding. And no further blooms down here, so that's good. So unless something incredibly horrible happens, I am just going to skip past all the grinding here, guys. so that you're not so bored with just repetition. Alright, I think we're going to wrap up for the day. I'm going to stop short of triggering the 11 abnormality meltdown because the last one that I had was a little difficult to deal with. Still managed okay, and we have enough down here to go ahead and get all the equipment, so that's good. That's what we wanted. Hopefully we were able to grind enough to get someone to get promoted so we can complete that mission, as we want to keep unlocking technology. But if we didn't, then perhaps we will the next day. Alright, anybody get promoted? Yes. 2 promotions. Awesome. Good deal. Okay, and of course we have a new abnormality, so what is being offered here? Now, everything will be just fine. Okay. The final chapter ends with a sentence, born again. And many of those who underwent an operation inside the machinery have found rest and become healthy again. We've been offered this a couple of times, I'm thinking, if I'm remembering correctly. So let's see what it's about, since the game seems to really want us to take it. A long time ago, there was a great AI, a sentinel. The AI was so intelligent that many people feared it. People who knew the AI left the company one by one. One day, one of the ex-employees broke into the company and spread malicious rumors about the AI. The good AI waited. That person was once a friend. But that person crossed the line. As a sentinel, the AI could no longer ignore the person's actions, so it made a difficult choice. No one could see that person again. The AI was a bit sad, but it didn't regret its decision. So much lost, it hardly matters now. That's an interesting interaction there, isn't it? Odd, please do me a favor. Angela somehow knows that I have the stuff. I assure you that it is strictly for counseling. I think you should know. Employee 1, Eugene was forced into the program. This is ridiculous. Eugene is already busy as hell. Poor Eugene. What could he do? Protest? We are like the pawns in the chess game. Nobody cares. More work for us, I guess. Ignore them, Hod. They are always negative. Can I have some of that, Netzach? You were told to stop, Hod. I mean, I don't really care if Netzach abuses the stuff as he's an AI, but don't be giving it to employees anymore, okay? Oh, congratulations on your success. This is just for counseling. Uh-huh. Are you becoming an addict too? Why does everybody hate me? I mean, I don't know that that's a thing. Maybe you hate yourself and you're projecting? I am trying my best. I thought I was a good Sapphira. Well, stop getting employees addicted to that shit. Other Sapphiras don't know how their subordinates fare. The company treats them as if they are expendable resources. I am different. I do care about them. I am not cold-blooded like Yasad. I am not haphazard like Malkuth. And I am not a I-don't-give-a-shit person like Netzach. But why? Hod seems to be in her own thoughts. Alright, so new thing, suppress different abnormalities 4 times. Okay, so we're going to have to let things escape and suppress them. So we can do Schadenfreude easily. We can maybe do Pode. Who else can escape that we can deal with? I don't even know if we've got 4 different abnormalities that can get out. Interesting. Alright, more progression. I wonder if the little bird escaping and going back in on its own counts as a suppression. If it does, that should help some. So do we want to increase our office workers' stats or increase hiring stats? Let's go for the office workers' stats. Maybe they'll die a little less often. And I was noticing that Arcane 1 had got a Justice up. How are you doing, Lola? You're still at Justice 1, so we're not needing to hire a new Justice Level 1 employee quite yet to deal with Grave of the Cherry Blossoms. We do have the new abnormality, though. Oh, and it isn't on use. Okay. So this will be interesting to deal with. We've gotten a lot of these. Wonder if they're a higher distribution than I had thought. I thought they were kind of rare, but apparently not. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments, and by leaving a like below, it really does help tremendously. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.